Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to the FishLocker out on the boat. And I've just took myself in here to see them boys. Don't know if you can see the seals there. Better fishermen than I'll ever be. Yeah, we have a lovely flat day today. So I'm going to go out and check the pots. Been a couple of 3 days since I've been able to check the pots. So hopefully we'll be able to find something in them. Yeah. This rock here is affectionately named Shag Rock because those black birds you can see on there, mixed in with the cormorants and the seagulls, are shags. Let's go! You can see how much weed grows on these ropes here. Oh. It makes it a lot harder to pull them up just because the rope's so slippy. It's one of the problems about the warm water and the nice sunshine. Makes the seaweed grow twice as fast. Got a really nice crab in there. A nice lobster as well. There's something to show you on that though. Got no nicer place to be on a day like today than doing this. A little bit of exercise, flat calm conditions, fresh air and hopefully something delicious to eat. Now that is a nice crab. A very nice crab in that one. Oh. People have asked me in previous videos that we don't, they've commented on the fact that we don't get an awful lot of crabs. And I've said that's because I want to catch lobsters. I work the pots in a way and in a place to catch lobsters. We do catch quite a lot of small crabs, but that's because of the areas that we've been putting them in. I put these pots in a place to try and catch some crabs, to show you. Yeah, and it's worked. Cleared the ropes out. We'll start from this end. First out the gate, a little male spider crab, a little male edible, two little male edibles. Get out, come on, let go. Another small male spider crab, and a good one. This is a nice sized male edible, brown edible crab. There's two different minimum landed sizes in my area. It's 150mm for females and 160mm for males. 160mm across the back there. This guy is going to be... Tell you what, you're lucky. He's like 157. When you're holding them, the safest place to hold them is at the bottom at the back, like that, there, because they can't reach you with the claws. Now you measure them across the back like that. This guy is about 3mm undersized, so you are very lucky. First out of this pot is a little velvet swimming crab. An absolutely tiny, tiny little lobster. That one could almost be like a pet in an aquarium, couldn't it? This one is... Ooh. That one might just be, might be. 89 millimeters. That is 1 millimeter too small. 1 millimeter undersized. You are a very lucky young man. Come on. But this guy, he's a proper one. Yeah, look at the size of claws on him. Don't even need to measure this guy, but I know he's going to be big enough. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nearly 170. There is a nice sized male edible crab, brown edible crab. You can tell it's a male because of that narrow V inside of there and because of the size of these claws. If I get another female, I'll show you the difference between the two, but that is a lovely sized eating crab. I did kind of say about working the pots in certain ways in certain places to catch different things. And let's have a look. Oh, another one, another stunner. This one might be undersized actually. Tell you what, he's bang on. He's bang on 160. Yeah, that's good. I like that. In my local area, you're allowed to keep a total. I wonder about this sometimes. How has a stone got inside that pot? It's not like it's crawled in there. Yeah. In my local area, you're limited to a total of 5. 2 lobsters and 3 crabs, 4 crabs, 1 lobster, or 5 crabs. No more than 5, and you can have no more than 2 of those 5 to be lobsters. Now these 2 lobsters that we've got in here, these are really special. That's a little female spider crab. You can see by the size of the pad underneath there. Both of these, I can tell by looking at them, are pregnant females. Now look, see those eggs inside of there? She's only got 1 claw, but you can see she's just starting to grow it back. And this one also is another. Stop. Calm down. I'm not going to hurt you. Is another pregnant female. Now I've covered this in quite a few videos before. Right, I'll turn you back over so you can calm down. Covered this in quite a few videos before, that the eggs go in 3 stages. When they're fresh, they're green, they're dark green. And then they go black, then they go red and black, and then they hatch. Now these are both in the dark green stage. I'll tell you what is curious though, and it just shows you the difference. This is a larger lobster than this. This would be legal to land, this would be a landable sized lobster. There is a bylaw protecting, sorry, I'll just block this out. There's a bylaw protecting pregnant female lobsters. You're not allowed to land them. Right. That's a given. But also, minimum landing size. Now this one here, this is under the minimum landing size. I reckon this one's going to be about 85. Anyone would think I'd done this before. She's bang on 85. So she's undersized and she's breeding. So that shows that the minimum landing size is set at a size, at a limit that has already allowed these lobsters to breed a few times. And then when they're actively breeding, when they're pregnant, you can't land them either. But look at the difference in the size of these 2 lobsters. This one is bigger, and yet the smaller one is holding more eggs. How big is she? She'll be might be 95. 96 mil. I'm going to put these aside in a bucket, sort all my pots out, rebait them, shoot them back, and then we'll have another look at these lobsters. I don't know if you can see it, but now it's time for a clean down. Clean all this up. Okay, looking at these two pregnant female lobsters, I'm not going to go into too much of this because I cover it in loads and loads of the videos. There is a scheme to protect breeding female lobsters called the V-notching scheme, which is where you mark their tail with a V. Just cut them out like that. Now these two lobsters here, I am going to V-notch only one of them. Oh, she never had me then. I'm going to V-notch only one of them, and the reason being is because the one that is over the minimum landing size, oh, I've just noticed, this one's actually got no large antennas, has it? The lobster that is over the minimum landing size, I'm going to V-notch her to protect her, because she's going to continue to keep breeding, and as soon as she gets rid of those eggs, she is legal to be caught. The reason why I am not going to V-notch this one is because she's undersized, so she's already protected because she's too small to be landed. V-notching's quick and painless. All you do is you just snip a quick V into the tail fans. Yeah, look, that's how quick it was. That one and that one. Just takes out a little snip. Now, these V's will eventually grow out. 3 or 4 years, these will grow out, but she'll have had a chance to breed a couple more times. She is breeding now. She's undersized. I reckon it'll be 1 or 2 more sheds before she's old enough to be landed. So she's got 2 more breeds in her as well. So both of these pregnant lobsters are protected from being landed. One because she's undersized, and the other one because she's now been V-notched. I'm just going to drop them over the side now. I'm away from the pot. It's a nice little piece of rocky ground. I'll just drop them over the side. First one. Oh, there she goes, swimming away. There's the one with the V-notches. Let's go get the next ones. Now these pots aren't where I put them. Now, they could have moved a little bit in the tide, but we'll see. It's not looking good. Someone's lifted all these pots up. I know, because they're all sat on top of each other and they're not where I put them. Someone's hauled these pots up. Someone else has come and hauled my pots up and taken what's inside. I know for 3 reasons. The first one is the pots weren't where I put them. I always, when I shoot them on the boat, I shoot them out in a long string. So I have to haul them over an area of ground. Now someone has come and hauled these up in a recreational boat, a small boat. I know, because all of the pots were sat right on top of each other. I hauled every single one of them straight up. And third is on the backs of all these pots, I always put the hook through the same place. It's in 3 different places. Now this happened to me before when I had James on the boat. I don't have James on the boat now. Now I have my suspicions someone who's watching these videos is doing this. If I find out who you are, I'll deal with it personally. But this is why people can't have nice things, because there are scumbags around. scumbags that'll do things like this. It's the same as going in your house and stealing. Anyway, enough said about that. In here we have a load of velvet swimming crabs. Tell also because they're shot on the sand, which is why they're full of dogfish, whereas I'd shot them on the rocks. The slightly interesting thing that we've got here, these are called a cotton spinner. See what it's splitting out? This is a sea cucumber. It looks like a poop. No nice way of putting it. And the stuff coming out of it is why it's called a cotton spinner. It's a defence mechanism. Unfortunately, there are scumbags in every walk of life. We have quite a few of them around here. You see, it's in a different position to the first one, and it's slack. A little bullhuss. And an undersized lobster. Different place to the other ones. And this one's a dogfish. And another undersized lobster. Let's get these rebaited and put somewhere else. Yeah. Get these rebaited. Spin round. There we go. See how the tide's turned now, can't you? Yeah, spent a while moving those red pots and the tide's turned. You can see now how it's pushing against me when I'm hauling the pots. Whoa. Come on. Last one, John, come on. Like I was saying before about working the pots in an area and in a way to catch crabs, we predominantly caught crabs. First pot, first one, first come first serve, let's get out of the way. A little female edible crab, a little female spider crab, and a little female lobster. It's all about the girls in that pot. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. See what I mean about working them in a different way, in a different place, to catch crabs rather than lobsters? Well, there we go. And then red pots as well, they would have had crabs in if someone else hadn't hauled them. I'm not sure actually if there's any size crabs in here. They all look just under them. He might be. Another male. Oh yeah, actually I'm measuring. Just over. So there's one. This fella's got just the one claw, but he is no, just under. So that's 2, 3 undersized. Come on. 4 undersized. 5. A little velvet swing crab. Another one with one claw. I think he's probably just going to be under, just under. Yeah, at 155. So 5mm under, but only one claw as well. Now I mentioned in my last video about stone crabs in the US. Now legally what they do with their fishery is they measure the claw and they take one claw and then leave the crab to regrow it. Now you're not allowed to do that here in the UK, so them crabs with only one claw, it's not that someone's harvested them off them, because it's illegal to do that. That'll be from fighting with other crabs, fighting with lobsters, or like a seal attack, or if you find one where it's lost like a claw and a few legs down one side, that's usually a seal. A seal will have found that crab in a hole somewhere on the seabed and tried to get it out and just ripped a load of its claws and legs off. Right, let's have a look what we've got in here. Full of fight, but I think you're just too small, pal. Yeah, just under. He'll be about 145. Tell you what, pretty much bang on 145. And a big boy right at the back. Oh, I don't know, I'm going to get you out of there, kid. Go on, lad, let go. When you're taking them out, what you need to do is you need to get hold of the claws. If you get hold of their body and pull, you'll just pull the claws off. So you need to get hold of the claws and pull with the claws. But he isn't a bad size one. I think he probably just... oh yes. Just about size. Let me see. Let's get these pots rebaited and shot back, because I think we've got... oh no, we've only got 4. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, shoot them for crabs, catch crabs. We have got 4 size edible brown, sorry, we have got 4 legal sized brown edible crabs. And that was with only 6 pots, seeing as those other 3 had already been hauled. Let's get these rebaited. I'll show you a little bit of the baiting. These pots are designed in such a way that no matter which way they land on the seabed, when you've closed the door, it doesn't matter which way these land on the seabed. It doesn't matter if they land on the side or upside down or on the end, there is always a doorway open. Even if they land completely upside down like that, there is always a doorway open. They're designed so that they do land with the heavy side down like that. The baiting of them inside of here, you can see inside of that bag there, I put all manner of, you can use salted mackerel, you can use fish guts, you can use cooked brown crab, I just use whatever I've got left over from the boat. So like if we've been out for a wrecking session and I've got some ling carcasses or some pollock carcass, I'll use that. I just use anything that we have left so that nothing goes to waste. Just stuff it inside of there. and then the drawstring closes it up on the pot. And get these rebaited. Oh, nearly had my head off. Get these rebaited, get the rope sorted, and we'll get them shot back. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh. There was me getting ahead of myself. Little female. Another little female. This one is covered in keelworms. Now, actually, I'll show you the difference. I said I was going to show you, forgot one. That's a female, that's a male. The female has a larger pad underneath to protect her eggs, whereas he's only got a narrow one. He's got a narrow pecker, and she's got a large fan, a large apron there to protect her eggs. Yeah. Male, female. Look. Hold them by the claws to pull them out. And a male spider crab. So it's a male by the narrow V there. Now these are rather small, these are too small, but also the majority of the meat is in the claws and the legs. These claws are that spindly. To be honest, unless there's nothing else, if there's only spider crabs around, and unless I get a really big one, I don't bother with the spider crabs because they're just more fiddly. I mean, compare the meat that you get in one of them claws to one of them claws. Man with a wooden head wouldn't mix them up, would they? And one more. There, look. See how he's missing two. He's missing a claw and a leg, and two legs down there. He's been in a fight with something like a conger eel or maybe a seal or something to lose too many limbs like that. When they're fighting with each other, like crabs against crabs or crabs against lobsters, occasionally you'll get like a bit of damage on the side of the shell and they'll lose one claw. Right, let's get these rebaited, let's get the ropes sorted, let's get them shot back. Right, well we have, oh easy, we have some cracking, I'm not going to try and juggle too many of them because I will end up with one of these at the end of my finger, and you can see by the size of the claws that they do not mess about. These will break your finger. You won't chop it off, but they'll definitely smash it. Yeah, people have asked me, people have questioned me in the videos saying you don't seem to get very many crabs, and I'm just saying because that's because I set the pots to try and catch lobsters. If I was going to try and catch crabs, I would do things differently. I did things differently to catch crabs, and yeah, anyone would think I'd know what I was doing. A frustrating haul because we've had the tea leaf sat us again. This is another reason why I cut my season short. I'm stopping doing this because I'm not going to all this hard work for someone to come and steal off me as well. So yeah, put that aside. Don't let them get to you. Yeah, we have 4 crabs. Brilliant. I am hoping I'm not going to put them all in the same tubs. These two big ones here. If I put all these two together, they would fight. Right? Territorial, isn't it? Hopefully, I will be able to talk Jim into doing a catch and cook for this. So you never know, you might see all these guys again in another video. I hope you've enjoyed joining me. I hope you found it interesting. All the very best, and see you later.